Alright, so Modern Warfare 2019 is currently unplayable, and of course, me being a pretty big fan of that game, that upsets me. I've heard talk about this for a while now, but I was hoping it would be fixed within a couple of weeks, but a couple of weeks it has been, and a fix we have not seen. There's a lot of opinions I want to share about this, but let's first address one of the main issues, and that is that people are sort of spreading a conspiratorial idea that this was done on purpose to drive players towards Warzone Pacific and Call of Duty Vanguard. No. Always assume incompetence before conspiracy. Not to say that the devs are incompetent, but, you should assume that something went wrong, more so than they purposefully broke their game so that you'd play their new one. Now, last year, they did remove the tier skips for Modern Warfare bundles to encourage people to go buy bundles inside of Black Ops Cold War, despite them both sharing a battle pass. They just didn't want you buying bundles to get tier skips in Modern Warfare, they wanted you buying bundles in Cold War. Okay, that was obviously on purpose. The entirety of Modern Warfare 2019, campaign, co-op, spec ops, multiplayer, being broken isn't. Here's a little bit of sped up footage of me trying to play Modern Warfare. It literally says I have none of it installed, even though I have all of it installed. It says I can go play Black Ops Cold War, but that is a completely uninstalled game. I do not currently have Cold War installed. I keep procrastinating installing the 1X version of it so I don't have to clog up my Series X's SSD. So what's annoying to me is that people are saying that this was a deliberate attempt to get people to go play Vanguard, when clearly just by how wrong this menu is, you can tell it's just completely broken across the board. The client, the application that is Warzone/Modern Warfare, has been having stuff added to it for over 2 years now. And just like we saw back with like Black Ops 3 back in the day, adding a bunch of stuff to an application, to a client, over and over and over and over again, can cause bugs and glitches later down the line. Warzone, plain and simple, should be its own download, its own application, so that they don't have to add things and interfere with Modern Warfare when they want to patch Warzone. But the idea that they're breaking Modern Warfare right now so you'd go play Vanguard is ridiculous. That is not a smart consumer move. Now, moving the tier skips, that's a little crafty, but this isn't going to go make anybody buy Call of Duty if they think that Call of Duty games break on the regular. I'm sorry, I can't even picture a normie consumer with 2 O's going out there and buying Vanguard because, yeah, they broke my last game. I don't think that's happening. Also, the next Call of Duty they're going to be marketing heavily is Modern Warfare 2. People, when they see the 2 at the end of a game, usually will go back and buy the first game if they haven't already and try to play through its campaign, but even Modern Warfare's campaign, if you're able to get it to load, is broken. The entirety of the software is broken. And while I'm not a game developer, I imagine when you integrate a bunch of new stuff into the Battle Royale in an application and suddenly the campaign on that same application stops working properly, there's no way that can be an easy fix. And this is the holiday season. I'm literally recording this on December 22nd and I see people complaining that they haven't fixed it yet. I agree, they should totally fix Modern Warfare, especially since it's currently on sale on PSN and Xbox Live. So they're selling it. They're selling it for money. They're marking it down for the holidays so people can pick it up. All these games are integrated now, and COD points are COD points, so if people can go play Modern Warfare, Activision still makes money. They don't want it to be broken, so anyone who's trying to tell you that they want it broken is lying to you. That is a really harebrained theory that breaks the moment you add a single question to it. Now, some people that are able to go play Modern Warfare online right now are just reporting like really glitchy, laggy games, and they think this is because of the Warzone integration, where really it's because the software is broken, most people aren't playing, so you're likely not going to be able to find a good server. I know MW19 was immensely popular and still has a fan base, but it's 2 CODs behind now. It's not going to have the teeming, boostful player base it normally would, especially since people like me can't even log into it. Again, the menu's so broken, it's asking me to install multiplayer and co-op even though I already have them installed, but it thinks I can play Cold War even though that's uninstalled. It's broken. So the lobbies you're getting into are likely very, very non-optimized, high ping, high latency, packet lost central lobbies. I also want to address the people that are sort of equating Vanguard existing to Warzone and Modern Warfare's demise. I don't know if people know this, but Warzone and Modern Warfare are not the same as Vanguard. Vanguard's existence has nothing to do with this issue. It's the integration. It's the people that are in charge of the integration. When they integrated a bunch of new weapons and the new map and new mechanics into Warzone, it busted the game. That's not Vanguard's fault. Like, it sounds like I'm defending a fucking product right now, and I'm sorry, but you can't blame Vanguard for Modern Warfare's problem when Modern Warfare's problem is due to the Warzone integration that's handled by a completely different development team. Yeah, I'm sure some people at Sledgehammer helped with the integration as they designed many of the weapons, aesthetics, and cosmetics, but I'm sorry, it's nothing to do with the Vanguard application, the Vanguard title itself. I've seen people say Vanguard's really broken and then they share clips of Warzone Pacific, and I don't think people realize that that's not the same application. And so many of the complaints I've seen about Vanguard now have a different context to them for me. While Vanguard does have a number of bugs and glitches, many of them are not actually gameplay affecting bugs, and most people can play long play sessions of Vanguard without any interrupting issues. In fact, my last 2 play sessions of Vanguard have only had one issue, and that's that they kick out somebody occasionally after a match, and it's usually the crossplay person, so there's clearly an issue there. But when I go over to play Modern Warfare 2019 and try to hop into Spec Ops or just, shoot some bots on Hackney Yard, it doesn't work. Clearly, that's a completely different application, and clearly there's a problem with the integration. Again, Warzone needs to be its own client, its own application, its own piece of software, so that updates and tweaks and changes to Warzone don't potentially damage 2019's Call of Duty game. It's kind of funny though, because when people say unplayable these days, I usually don't find whatever they're talking about to be unplayable. Then I go over to Modern Warfare with all of my stuff installed and it won't let me play it. So it's literally unplayable. If I didn't laugh about it, I'd cry. What's bothering me about this though is that the Call of Duty community and player base seems a little burnt out. The content creators seem a little bored, a little burnt. So a lot of these issues are being blown out of proportion, and I'm seeing these sort of conspiratorial, they're out to get us posts all about it. And in my mind, it's simple. They accidentally broke the game because they haven't changed clients yet, so adding a bunch of stuff to the application broke the application at its core, which is bad news for them because they're selling it right now. They're putting it on sale, they're marking it down so people buy it for the holidays, and they're going to be marketing Modern Warfare 2 shortly here. All of that to me points to this not being on purpose, and then it's all happening right around the holidays when a lot of people have already gone on break and people have cashed in some vacation days and people are leaving early and they won't come back till later. This is why we wait till mid or end of February to really tear into developers for not fixing their shit, because by the end of January and February they've had all their vacation time, they've had all their holiday time, and anything we bought in late fall, early winter should definitely be fixed by then. I think people underestimate how complicated games are these days. I think people underestimate the stress of releasing a game for, 5 different platforms. Back in the day, they didn't even run dedicated servers for games like Call of Duty, and they were just much simpler games mechanically to design. Now the games are getting so complicated, they're adding so many new mechanics and design choices, and they're putting so much more into the games that of course there's more points of failure, and so you're going to see more things fail. Again, I'm not giving them a free pass, I'm saying this is just what you have to expect from complex pieces of software. So for me, I'm going to give them 2 weeks to release a statement. If they haven't released a statement, you'll get an update video. And then if by the end of January, Modern Warfare 2019 is still an unplayable little disaster, you guys will see a full-blown rant like I've never recorded before. If you heard me out entirely and watched till this point in the video, please put Save Modern Warfare 2019 in your comment if you decide to comment. See you when I see you. Goodbye.